Hello everyone, and let's talk about the key role of feedback for associations to have effective learning on generative AI. Now, generative AI programs need to adapt to shifting needs for associations, and static programs, which is what I typically see when I observe associations integrating generative AI learning programs, are really risking irrelevance, risking ineffectiveness, risking inefficiency. So you need to really focus on continuous improvement based on feedback and metrics. That will ensure program alignment with your organizational goals and with the need of your diverse stakeholders, your staff, your volunteers, even your members, to the extent that you can provide them with education. So let's talk about what feedback involves. If you get feedback directly from participants qualitatively, that will provide useful qualitative perspectives for, hey, what's going on, people's flavor for how they're engaging with the content of your generative AI educational modules. You can also use metrics, data-driven quantitative metrics. For example, how well are they engaging with your generative AI programs? What's the rate of completion? How well are they applying the generative AI programs? So that combination of qualitative feedback and data-driven insights through metrics is what enables you to improve your generative AI learning programs. Let me give an example of an association with just over 10,000 members that I worked with that faced some training issues with their initial generative AI training program. That volunteers, for example, found the training lacked practical use for them, and staff struggled applying the concepts they learned to their daily tasks because they kind of brought an off-the-shelf solution that wasn't customized neither to the needs of associations nor to that specific association's needs. So what we did was we started by doing surveys and focus groups. So I did a survey of both staff and a separate survey of volunteers. Then I did focus groups with staff and volunteers. So the survey provided quantitative insights. The focus groups provided qualitative insights. And then, based on the surveys and focus groups, we redesigned the curriculum to make it much more relevant. For example, we focused much more on chapter management for volunteer chapter leaders. So some section management for people who are managing sections. And we focused on customizing and personalizing member outreach for staff. We did some hands-on workshops and where participants learned how to use generative AI in real-world scenarios relevant to their needs. For example, what I mentioned before about chapter leaders planning events and staff doing member segmentation and outreach. So that was very helpful. Then we regularly updated that based on feedback. We got the initial feedback, we updated the program, and we improved it over time. That was very positive. So the chapter leaders reported a 47% confidence boost in using generative AI to achieve their goals, their activities, and staff training engagement, evaluating things like completion metrics surged by 62%. And there was an improvement in both operational efficiency and member interactions. So the staff saved quite a bit of time and were more productive in doing their tasks, and the association saw over a 6-month period a 27% rise in member satisfaction, which was reflected in a boosted retention rate of just under 20%. That's great. So that's an example of how feedback can inform generative AI training and how that impacts member engagement, which is what you really care about. So start by establishing feedback mechanisms like surveys and focus groups. Then analyze the performance data for engagement, whether people are completing the modules, what kind of skills are they learning, identify the areas that need improvement and whatever trends are going on in your generative AI training, and have iterative changes. Have changes, see what impact they have, and then have more changes over time. Ensure it's really relevant to the staff and volunteer needs, and engage diverse stakeholders in the process. Remember, the surveys and focus groups aren't only to get information, they're also to get buy-in. And that buy-in into the training is really important if you want the training to succeed. So include chapters, sections, staff voices, everyone who you want to improve their generative AI abilities. If you're also doing some training for members, include them as well. That association wasn't focusing on that, so we didn't focus on that, but your association might. Align your training, thus, with your association's priorities. Manage risks through stakeholder involvement. They'll tell you what kind of risks and concerns they have, so make sure that you integrate those into training. And communicate how feedback shapes updates. Don't just tell people, well, we have the information, now we'll do our updates. Tell them how you're changing the training based on the updates to reinforce the value of stakeholder contributions and improve their buy-in. That transparency builds trust, and that helps improve program success. So, to recap, static programs are not very effective for associations. Have customization and have participant feedback, qualitative and quantitative, to get buy-in and to customize the training to your needs. That will help ensure that your generative AI initiatives is truly impactful. It will help solidify your association as an industry leader in your industry, and that's what will help you bring long-term success, using continuous learning through effective feedback. If you have any questions, please email me at gleb@disasteravoidanceexperts.com. That's gleb@disasteravoidanceexperts.com. And please subscribe to this channel for more videos like this.